Okay, well, we're not actually in a pharmacy. We're in Funorama in Toronto with Lou Barlow and Bob Fay of Sebadoh. And okay, first off, with this particular cover art, Jason took the photograph.
Yep.
What's the story behind that?
It's a pharmacy in Ireland, and the pea had fallen off. He took this out the van window. You can see the reflection of the window right there.
So it was a moving car?
Yep.
And do you think pharmacies are harmful?
I think it's kind of a provocative thing to insinuate.
Do you think so?
I think that maybe our modern understanding of medicine might be a little off.
Yeah.
You know?
A little too reliant on doping people up heavily.
Yeah.
And not letting them maybe get over things in a more natural, holistic way. But hey, nothing I can do about it.
That's the time and place right now.
Yep.
And you're an acidophilus guy?
Acidophilus.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Nope.
Why do you take
can take it.
acidophilus?
Oh, a friend of mine turned me onto it and said, I haven't been sick in 6 years since I've been taking acidophilus. And I always get sick on tour, so I started taking it.
And it keeps you regular.
It gives you...
That's important, regularity on the road. Because
Right.
you get really plugged up with all that husky food. Okay?
Yes.
You know,
It's true.
I find the nerves, like actually having to go on stage every day is quite enough to keep my body playing.
Where's Lou?
Good colonic engineering. Put him on stage in front of 500 people and everything's going to be flowing freely.
There's a reason for this distance, more than the drug that floats my day.
I noticed like recurring themes in the songs are like you use the word honesty a lot. There's a lot of ideas of like trying to be honest, lies, trying to mind read, and you know all those sort of dynamics of where are you at, what's happening with you. So do you consider yourself fairly honest, or trying to aspire to be honest people?
Aspiring to be, and just trying to be as upfront with people as possible. It's like, especially nowadays, we just say, what's wrong? There's no like, we don't want to let things fester and just turn into something that could have been, worked out a long time ago. We're all really into telling each other what we're thinking.
I'm getting a little bit too old to be angry all the time.
Playing those sort of games.
Especially if we got to be traveling around and meeting people every day. And there's just a lot of things you have to balance the older you get. And you just realize that you have to aspire to being honest and direct with people, or it just gets all screwed up immediately.
Somehow I don't trust you, I don't trust myself.
Can you think of like one of your worst lies?
Oh, wow, what a question. That's a great question. It could take me a long time to come up with a first lie.
One of them? Adolescent.
I once had a girl break up with me because I told her a little white lie that just turned into a really big mess. And she's like, that's it. I was like, I'll never lie again. And I have, but,
I don't need obligations to a simple conversation.
I can't think of any lies that I've told.
I can't think of Never lied ever.
No, I certainly have, but they're about those little everyday things that you try to,
That you feel like by lying, glossing
just
something
by
over
swallowing the little things that you do during a day and not really letting people onto them. I think that's just
Personal
part of being,
grooming things, stuff like that.
Dude, you smell great. Oh, it's cool.
That little white lie that turned into a monstrosity.
You guys were really, really good.
Great.
You guys are really good tonight.
That was a really, really good set.
Oh, no.
'Cause today I don't feel worthy.
It's neat too to see in interviews you've been you often refer to your wife Kathleen, and like in my experience I know a lot of like rock stars who they're married but they don't want to bring up their spouses because they want to perpetuate the
It's so
look that
far away
they're
from anything that we would even.
they're single.
So bizarre. I can't even imagine that. I mean, we just not even. When I was first in bands, I mean, I was in hardcore bands, and when you start out that way, you just realize that being totally direct and honest and not like condescending to this idea of rock and rock stars is just, it's the direction you have to move in. So we don't, we just have none of that, none of those trappings really, other than a tour bus.
Yeah.
which we have now.
And some hot female crew members. but,
Hey,
but we're cool, man.
Good because we made it. And mama's not around to telling what we'll do.
the fact that it sounded nothing like anything I'd done before either, too, was really satisfying. It was like actually sort of more along the lines of me listening to the Bee Gees when I was, 10, rather than like, some combination of Husker Du and the Minutemen, and it was like totally outside of my sort of adolescent punk rock taste.
Yeah.
It had more to do with like listening to the Cure and Joy Division and the Bee Gees, and,
A mainstream pop song.
Yeah.
People listen to, sing along to.
I like that. I think that's fine.
You can bounce a baby to it. That means it's going to be a hit song.
And
I'm the one, natural one, make it easy. We can take it inside.
Okay, so you have a video for the album.
Yep.
It's Ocean. Shall we take a look at this little piece of work here?
let's
Check it out
Ocean.
now.